Hey, this is Luke with Salt Strong, and very pleased to report that we now have the football jigs for the Power Prawn USA lures. These are custom jig heads that we made for the Power Prawns, and these things have flat out proven to work. They enable these shrimp lures just to have a better glide. So the fact that it has this football shape, it just helps when the lure's falling down, which is when you get the strikes. When the lure's falling, the fact that it has this nice shape, it just helps keep it aligned on the fall. It's less likely to twist like it's prone to do if it's on a round jig head or something else that doesn't have this flat surface to keep it in line. So when testing, this has absolutely blown me away, this setup for both inshore fishing in deeper water or docks, bouncing around deeper structure. This has proven to be incredibly good at getting big fish to strike. My average fish size significantly went up once I started using this, and then even on near shore reefs. So I've been using this 1/2 ounce up to about 35 feet of water, and then I'll go up to the 3/4 ounce to go deeper, and we even have a 1 ounce one coming soon. But doing this has been phenomenal. In a recent trip, I caught my biggest ever red grouper. Got him. Look at that, Power Prawn USA. Shortly after, caught one that was even bigger. Then I caught an overslot snook, and I really attribute it to these football jigs. These have significantly helped increase the productivity, particularly in the deeper water. And right now for the original size, we have 4 size options in terms of weights. You can really cover the shallows as well to the deeper water. So the lightest one over here on the left is an 1/8 ounce. This is nice and light. You can skip it great up on our docks and our mangroves. Still has a great hookup ratio with the exposed hook. Then we have the 1/4 ounce. This is where you can do some dock fishing, kind of all-purpose inshore dock fishing, up to about 6-7 feet of water. Then we have the 1/2 ounce, which is again great for both inshore fishing around docks with structure, around passes, inlets for snook and big redfish. This has been phenomenal. And then for those who are getting out in deeper water or fishing really heavy current, we have the 3/4 ounce. All of these have proven to be great, and so I highly recommend them if you really are serious about catching big fish on shrimp lures. These things have been awesome. And so we also have the same setups for the junior size Power Prawns as well, right? So same shape jig head, same everything. It's just the hooks are smaller so that they fit the smaller lures better. So for the juniors, we have 3 size options. We have the 1/8 ounce, we have the 1/4 ounce, and then we have the 1/2 ounce. So my personal favorite is this 1/4 ounce. This is what I've caught most of my big triple tail with. They absolutely just love this thing. So you might be asking, what kind of keeper system does it have? And so I'm pleased to report that it has the 2 spikes. These are big spikes. For a while, I was not a big fan of big spikes because they would actually, they'd actually tear some of the lure when rigging up. But I then found a trick on rigging. It's the 90-degree load trick, and that is a total game changer that makes these keepers amazingly effective. And what I'll do is I'll show you how it works. This is the 1/2 ounce jig head that's for the Power Prawn USA Junior. You can see those spikes are really big relative to the size of the lure. They're purposely placed pretty far back. And what that does, that enables you to catch an absolute ton of fish without having to re-rig again. But we have to do the 90-degree load. So what I do is just do the normal loading, right? So you go down the center of the lure, and then you go down to the right through the middle till the right point. So we're going to pull the hook point out, and so at this point, this is where the change happens. So in most people, you'll just shove the lure up and shove it in the same orientation that it's going to sit on the jig head. That is not good because these big old barbs, they are going to tear some of the material, and that's going to lessen the durability of your lure for catching as many fish as you can per lure. So instead, before we push up, we twist it. We do a 90-degree twist so that now these big old spikes, they're tearing on the sides of the lure, which don't come into play when you're actually fishing. So we're going to do the twist. We're going to push it up all the way to the top. Now you can see that it's actually twisted on, and so now we just twist it back into place. And so now we have this lure rigged on. You can see these spikes are way in there, and they have a ton of material that is totally untouched. So this thing is on there good. I can pull real hard. It is not going anywhere, and you can catch an absolute ton of fish per lure when you do that trick. So if you want to increase the amount of fish you're catching with Power Prawn lures, highly recommend trying out these football jig heads. These things have been awesome. They've proven to work. I'm confident that you're going to like them as well. And what I'll do is I'll put a link down to a depth guide so you can make sure to get the right sizes for the depths that you're rigging. If you are serious about using these lures in a variety of depths, I would actually recommend getting some of each because they all have proven to work. But again, if you're just fishing some specific depth ranges, that way you can just really tailor it to exactly what you're using. So depth chart down below, Links to all these down below as well. They're all at fishstrong.com. And if you're an Insider Club member, you of course are going to get a ton of great savings on these jig heads as well as these lures and pretty much everything else in our shop. So that's it for now. Make sure to pick some of these up, and I can't wait to see some great fish you catch with these great jig heads.